Please help me to reach 1,000 subscribers. I never imagined that walking away silently could carry so much weight, but here we are. My name is Aaron and I'm 36 years old. I used to think that no matter what happened she would always be there, that she could never truly leave me. But life has a way of teaching lessons we never thought we'd have to learn. We had been together for 10 years, married for 6, and for most of that time, I convinced myself that I was patient, that I was understanding, that my love was unshakable. Turns out, patience has limits and understanding has a breaking point. It wasn't that she ever physically hurt me. No, it was subtler than that. It was the quiet disregard, the small betrayals that felt inconsequential at first but piled up over the years, forming a mountain of disappointment. I had been standing on the edge of that mountain for months without realizing how high I had climbed. She made jokes, little digs, comments that seemed harmless but always hit a sensitive spot. "You'll never be enough," she would say in passing, or laugh at my insecurities in front of her friends. And every time I swallowed it, smiled, told myself I was overreacting. I convinced myself I could endure it. Until one night I realized that enduring it wasn't love, it was permission. The night that changed everything started like any other Friday. She told me there was a small gathering at a friend's house, something casual, nothing big. I agreed to go, mostly because I didn't want to be the one creating tension, because I still believed that compromises meant preserving harmony. The house was full of laughter, music, and chatter. I tried to blend in, smile when she smiled, laugh when she laughed. But my mind was elsewhere, preoccupied with the small, nagging thought that something was off. It wasn't long before that thought became impossible to ignore. She leaned into a conversation about relationships with a friend I had barely met, making a joke so sharp, so pointed, that even I could feel the sting in my chest. "Honestly," she said with a laugh, "sometimes I wonder if he could even stand up for himself. I'd probably have to protect him." The room erupted in laughter, her eyes twinkling, unaware, or maybe uncaring, of the effect her words had on me. I didn't yell, I didn't create a scene. I simply turned, took a deep breath, and let it pass. After that, everything felt different. She continued to joke, nudging friends, making subtle remarks about my abilities, or my lack thereof. I stayed quiet, calm, letting her think she still had the upper hand. But inside something shifted. I realized that the moment to plead, to explain, to rationalize had passed long ago. This wasn't a single joke. It was years of being put in the background, of feeling like her amusement came at my expense, and I had been too blind, too patient to notice it. By the time we left the gathering, the air between us was thick with unspoken tension. She chattered about trivial things on the car ride home, but I only nodded, eyes fixed on the road, mind made up. I wasn't angry. I wasn't plotting some elaborate revenge. I was simply done. Silence became my armor. No words, no confrontation, no explanations. Just a measured, deliberate withdrawal from a relationship that had slowly become toxic. The next morning she acted as if nothing had happened. She brewed coffee, scrolled through her phone, and hummed lightly, completely unaware of the storm I carried within. I walked past her, keeping my movements calm, steady, controlled. Then I spoke soft but firm. "I need space. I can't do this anymore." Her eyes flickered with confusion, then with indignation. "Space? After last night?" she asked, her voice rising slightly. "It was just a joke." I didn't raise my voice. I didn't try to justify the years of accumulated slights. I simply said, "It wasn't just last night. It's everything. It's all the times I've smiled and said nothing while you laughed at me, belittled me, and dismissed my feelings." She blinked, a mix of disbelief and irritation crossing her face. "You're overreacting," she said. "I was joking." I let out a long sigh, the weight of years pressing down. "Maybe you were joking," I said quietly, "but it's no longer funny. I've laughed at your words for too long. I've tolerated the digs, the jokes, the disregard, hoping you'd see me, really see me, and respect me. I waited. I hoped. But I'm done waiting. I'm done hoping. I'm done being invisible in my own marriage." Her lips parted, as if she wanted to argue, to defend herself, to tell me that I was exaggerating, that she never meant it that way. But I didn't give her the chance. I turned, walked silently to the bedroom, grabbed a small bag and left the apartment. No shouting, no dramatic exit, no begging her to understand. Just silence. Just action. Just a man reclaiming his dignity in the quietest, most final way possible. I stayed gone for days. I didn't answer her calls. I didn't respond to her texts. I didn't return to the house to argue or explain. I let the silence speak louder than words ever could. And slowly, inevitably, she realized. She began calling, texting frantically, trying to find me, searching for an explanation, for a reconciliation that was no longer possible. Each message, each missed call, was a testament to the mistake she had made, to the realization that her jokes, her disregard, and her casual disrespect had consequences. People often say that silence is powerful, but they rarely understand why. It isn't just about withholding words, it's about letting someone live with the echo of their actions, forcing them to confront what they've done, and to face the void they created. That silence, my silence, became a mirror for her, reflecting every selfish moment, every careless word, every dismissal she had ever made. Days turned into a week. Her messages grew desperate, pleading, apologetic, even aggressive at times. She tried to convince mutual friends to intervene, to tell me to forgive her, to understand that it was just a joke. But I had already crossed a line she would never see coming. Her realization, her regret, her frantic attempts to reach me, they were too late. Actions have consequences. And I had chosen to let mine speak in the only way she would understand: absence.